I think I just made the worst decision of my entire life. Of my life, my career, all of the above. Now we all know my freshman season had its highs and its lows. I went crazy catching interceptions, put my name on the map, but as a team, we just failed over there at San Jose State. And when the time came, hitting the transfer portal wasn't even up for discussion, and that's what landed me here at Wisconsin of all schools. But let me break it down why I chose Wisconsin out of everywhere else. Now on the surface, it just seems like such a great idea, ranked top 10 in the country, a Big Ten school, a huge step from the Mountain West, and I come in as CB3 on the depth chart. But where the problem lies, just like when I chose San Jose State coming out of high school, I had the same exact thought process and mindset when I chose Wisconsin. I did a quick visit, didn't talk to many coaches or players on the team. I just kind of winged it based off a phone call and guarantees, and I just picked the school. Now granted, a lot of those guarantees and promises were kept, but at the same time, now being here and getting acclimated and going to practice and being around the guys and just overall being here on campus, I see that this is not the place for me. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great school, a decent track record in the football department, but it just doesn't feel like home, you know? But now that I've officially won the position battle and I am now CB2 on the depth chart, technically a starter, there's no going back. I gotta lock in. But one thing that I did forget to mention, because it has such a wear and tear effect on my mental, is the main reason why I feel like coming here to Wisconsin was a mistake, and that's family. And when I tell you I never thought I would feel or see so much anger, hatred, and borderline resentment from the people I love, it genuinely shocked me. I think it's the simple fact that I'm the youngest of 7. All of my siblings live within state, got jobs, doctors, lawyers, everybody's doing something extremely great, and I love that. But here I am, baby bro, want to play football. Yeah, I'm in college, I'm doing my thing, but I'm playing this, in their eyes, barbaric sport that they just don't approve of. So not only am I the youngest, the baby of the fam, but I'm also the black sheep and somewhat of just the outlier. I'm just the one who's doing something completely different that nobody likes, understands, or respects. I mean, I guess it's safe to say in their eyes, I'm going against the grain in a sense. And when I let them know I was hitting the transfer portal, man, they were so excited. They thought I was going to move closer home to Jersey, maybe go to Syracuse, you know, just be anywhere remotely close to where we're from. Because me moving to Cali to go to San Jose State, that was one thing, but then now to have an opportunity to quote unquote fix my mistake and then I choose to go to Wisconsin of all places, yeah, it ain't like that at all. So honestly, my whole transitional period going from San Jose State, coming to Wisconsin, dealing with family, trying to get better as a player and overall just adjust, it's been beyond tough. And they go with this ugly stack formation. I hate seeing these receivers do this because you never know what to expect. They go with the screen. I completely whiff on the tackle, get caught up on the block. Just bad execution for me. And I've been wondering when, where, and how my first interception as a Badger would come, and here on 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter in my first game here, we're going to come through with the pick and man cover, trying to take it back to the house. And at this point, I'm just trying to get active all across the field, making tackles, coming through, helping my teammates, interceptions, playing the ball well, doing it all. And it came down to the wire, extremely close, but we walk away with a 5-point win, 45-40 at home week 1 against Miami of Ohio. And Mid-Tennessee State is not a team you're just gonna walk all over. I've been studying film and these boys got some talent. But you know, every week the agenda, the mindset, and the overall goal is the same. Come in here and get that dub. And we start the season with back-to-back home games, so that's really solid, but they put points on the board first in this one. But as I'm trying to lock things up on my side of the field, on the other side, one of my guys come through with a huge interception to put offense in a great position. But I guess my defense is just going interception crazy. Here closer to our sideline, dropping back into my cover 3 zone, snagging my second pick in back-to-back games. And I see that Mid-Tennessee State's quarterback is very sensitive to when you give him anything that's an outside look. So I sit inside heavy, get back into my zone, coming through with pick number 2 of the day. And I'm already having a day with 2 interceptions of my own, but how about my secondary coming through with pick number 4 for our defense on the game already in 3 quarters. But here's why I've struggled almost my entire career. I've never been the greatest tackler, and it shows here. I had an angle trying to get around the block and I just completely whiff and fail, giving up the big play ultimately. And this may be the toughest place to cover anything short distance, but I lock this receiver down and so do my guys, coming through on the 2-point conversion to put this one to rest. At cover 3 look once again, they're in the gun. I know they want to throw this ball. They need to put some points up even though they have a 1-point lead. They throw it my way. I completely misjudged where I'm supposed to be. Not only does he make this catch, he rides it all the way to the house. But when I make a mistake, you better believe I'm gonna do everything I can to fix it. Coming through, helping my teammates secure this tackle, knocking the ball loose, but not only that, falling on it, securing the fumble recovery. Oh, and the first chance I got to get in front of that camera after making the huge play and throw up that dub, you better believe I'm doing it with the biggest smile on my face. After offense went down and secured the lead with the great field positioning we provided, how about another turnover from our defense, coming through with yet another interception? And with just over a minute left, 3rd and 5, trying to get these boys off the field or at least force them to have to go for it on 4th down. I've never seen a receiver come back so far. I've never seen a quarterback have so much time to throw a ball like this. And even though I'm living here in the moment today, I still couldn't tell you how Mid-Tennessee pulled off this win, a 3-point win at that against a ranked team. And believe me when I say, if I could trade in this Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week honors plus the 2 picks just to get the dub, I would. Now we lose to a team like Mid-Tennessee State, now trying to bounce back on the road against a team like Alabama. But I got faith in myself and the guys. We can definitely pull off the win. We just got to come out here and execute and put last week behind us. And one thing I can appreciate here, especially as I'm still developing as a young corner, is last year at San Jose State, we played a bunch of man. This season here at Wisconsin, completely different. We play a bunch of zone. Not to say we don't play man at all, but I was getting burnt, cooked, and just absolutely fried a bunch last season, even though I had 12 picks. Bama has star-studded talent across the board. We all know that, but now trying to guard one of their better players, putting hands on and completely messing up on this jam, but I do hold it down. Now playing some off man, getting back, trying to avoid getting cooked and burnt, but my guy on the inside, he gets absolutely routed by this slot receiver. I can't make it over in time to help him out. Now down 3 points, and you know Bama at some point is going to try to take the top off and extend their lead, and they're going to do it to my side. That's a huge mistake. 3 straight games with an interception trying to take this one back. I get tackled right around the 40. And at this point, number 6 for Bama is literally my son. Traveling in motion, taking this touch pass. I come all the way across the field to lay that wood. We got a 4-point lead, and we're looking to take the ball away here on 3rd and 10. At least get these boys off the field. Not only do I get in perfect position to catch this pick, but you want to talk about a perfectly thrown ball, man. And as much as I hate to say it, as much as I hate to see it, Bama's starting to get rolling. They're stringing some things together. Our defense has done a great job so far throughout the first half and even here in the 4th quarter, but we got to stay on top of that. And at this point, I'm big play hungry. I caught one pick earlier, now trying to come through with a second. They deliver another dime to the sideline. I'm giving up everything in my zone. And then we go man coverage here, one of their shifty slot receivers who absolutely routes me up, makes this catch, picks up big yardage. I'm getting embarrassed right now. And we've seen this before earlier in this game. You know I'm all over it. Coming in motion with him, flying downhill. We get the stop before he can make it back to the line of scrimmage. And here to complete one of the longest drives and possessions of the entire game, Bama walks in for a touchdown. But once again, for our second win of the season, we escaped just by a hair. A 2-point win over Bama on the road. That's how you bounce back from an ugly dub at the crib. And things continue to get even more difficult. The defending champs Michigan on the road this weekend. First play, I'm in position to make a play on the ball, but I completely misjudge it, and he takes this one up the field. It's crazy that I'm having so much success as of lately with the new team, and I haven't gotten any recognition, any love, even a phone call from anybody in my family. Not a phone call, a letter, an email, or anything from the people that I love to let me know that they've been watching and they supporting what I do. But you want to know what's crazy? They kind of tore me down towards the end of last season, though I received many phone calls and text messages reminding me that what I was doing was a bad idea, especially when the team wasn't doing as well. But to be completely honest, and this may sound weird, I really did appreciate that negative communication, even if it didn't have a good effect on me. And I say that because the lack of concern, the little to no communication has way more of a negative effect on me, and I don't know why. I almost feel like on the inside I'm just begging for attention, but like, am I wrong? Like, these are the people I love, the fam, the people I care about. If I was to make it to the league one day, I would share my blessings with them, if anybody. I mean, for me to be playing on a bigger stage, playing well, and the team's playing well, I have nobody to kick this back to, nobody to share it with. And as much as I hate to admit it, over time it's just going to continue to have a bigger effect on me, and I don't even know if I can make it through the season with a clear, strong mental state. But I have to be strong, gotta be positive, gotta stay laser focused and locked in. We're playing so many great teams on a week-to-week basis, they can't afford for CB2 to be out of it. Down 10 points, offense is struggling to put it together here in the first half, but me, I'm gonna make it happen. Getting into position, coming down with pick number 1 of this game. We needed a big play, and of course, now I'm gonna go get it. But once again, an empty drive for our offense, and Michigan continues to put together big play after big play. But this one right here is solely on me. Receivers coming from the other side of the field, deep into the back of the end zone, coming down with a big play, a touchdown at that, and that's solely my responsibility. And here toward the bottom of the 3rd quarter, what could have been a pick or even a big play for this receiver, a comeback route that I could have possibly picked off, but nonetheless, quarterback gets hit. It's just an incomplete pass. And with offense finally putting something together, making this a 5-point game, this first down picked up by Michigan's quarterback will put this game to bed officially. The Indiana Hoosiers, I swear they got like top 5 weirdest names in college. Bro, so far this season, throughout these first 4 or 5 games, we've been in so much cover 3, cover 2. It's actually kind of crazy. And then we go in man coverage or blitz here in the red zone, which I do love to stop the run, and we do that successfully here. And y'all already know when they go trips on my side of the field and it's short or wide, it does not matter. I'm lined up tight inside. I get back into position, first pick of the game here in the first half. Now trying to get these boys off the hill on 3rd and 5, hanging back once again, looking for the ball to come our way. Got a teammate right behind me, but we do get to stop here on 3rd down. Pretty much midway through the first half, we remain scoreless. Indiana has a 10-point lead, but how about a pick? But not only that, to take it back to the house for a pick 6 from my dog Cardo. Now with the 4-point lead here at the start of the 3rd quarter, at this point I'm just trying to hang back, play my zone, just stay on top of my responsibility. But the few times where the running back does get free and get to the 2nd level, I can come downhill, help a teammate get a tackle or secure it on my own. It's always fun. And we don't see this often, not in the red zone, not in super short distance. Trying to go with some press man, they do go to run to my side. I damn near spear their RB when I try to take that boy out. Come on now, y'all go with a trips bunch this late in the game and you're down. We already know what time it is. They go on with the quick screen. They completely miss on all the blocking assignments. I come through and blow this play up completely. And in situations like this where I have to make a better decision who to cover, who to pick up when in this deep cover zone, I have to let this guy go to my teammate. He's right there, but then you got a guy underneath running a shorter route, and I could have picked up on that easy. Y'all know what time it is. Red zone, short distance, they go with the pass. I know he's going inside, but somehow he pulls off this catch. That's a grown man catch at that. Damn. But with the 10-point lead here in the 4th quarter, I don't see myself nor my defense folding to this team in no way, shape, or form. We get an interception here in the clutch. Cover 2 zone here on my side. I know they want to throw the ball. 1 receiver, so I'm pretty much going to hang with him as long as possible. Ball is thrown at the perfect time, but an even better hit from me. And just when they thought they can put this game somewhat back in reach, how about a fumble on the goal line? We pick it up, kill the clock, walk out of here with the dub. That's how you bounce back from an L. This is where the schedule gets really difficult and the season starts to take a turn. We got number 2 ranked Oregon. Now there's no doubt in my mind that we can compete with these boys, but when me and my teammate back here in the secondary are not securing the edge like we're supposed to here on the run, yeah, things are going to get ugly for sure. And not too long after, they're right back in our territory, making the march towards the end zone once again. And at this point, all I'm trying to do is put myself in the best position possible to not give up the big play, because they're attacking my side of the field time and time again. And they've already done a few great things through the air throwing the ball, but now putting it on the ground to their trusty running back, things are really starting to get ugly. And now you got me down here, a $180 soaking wet, not only trying to man up with a big receiver, but trying to press, and they pick up a touchdown on the other side. But here in some off-man coverage, textbook off-man coverage if I do say so myself, lined up inside, off a little bit. If he sits down, I can run down on. If he goes deep, I got the leverage, and I just completely mirrored his route down to a T. I got a deep 3rd responsibility. It's 3rd and 14. Oregon already holds a 2-score lead here in the 1st quarter. They go right over the top of my head, beat me deep to pick up another touchdown to go up 21-0. We're already down 21-0 in the first half. We have a complete 2nd half of football to play, but I can tell you right here in this moment, my team were demoralized. I mean, no energy, no spark on the sideline, no vibes, no nothing. This home crowd is rocking, and they pick up another touchdown to go up 4 scores here in the first half. At this point, as a defense, we need to capitalize on anything that this offense gives us. And how about this ball being thrown into no man's land? But I come down with the interception, make that 6 straight games with an interception for me. Offense just continue to fail time and time again, no matter how many times, no matter when or where or what, no matter how they get the ball, they can't make anything shake. And at this point, bro, as a defender, as a DB, I'm so frustrated. I'm coming downhill laying big hits, even though they literally don't matter. They're about to score once again. And we got 2 receivers on my side of the field blocking for their life. They're up 35-0. They're going to extend this lead with a free run into the end zone. How about a round of applause for me and my Badgers today, man? We came out here to Oregon, got blown out, but hey, at least we didn't get shut out. Take a random guess at who I received the phone call from just a few hours after our huge blowout loss to Oregon. Or how about this? Take a guess at who I didn't speak to just hours after taking that terrible, embarrassing, demoralizing loss. I couldn't tell you who in my immediate family I didn't talk to. How about a group FaceTime call with nearly 10 people, all my siblings, my parents, and when I tell you they were on my head, they were riding on me. And as much as they wanted to disguise it all as jokes and just them hee-heeing and ha-haing and just making light of a bad situation, bro, they real deal tore me down to shreds. At one point in that phone call, I think I heard my pops call call me Eli Apple Jr. He said he wasn't even my father. He said it jokingly, but dog, come on. Now my two sisters, they're a little bit easy on me. They don't go as hard. They don't beat down my throat as much. But my brothers, oh, they go in and they don't stop. And I'm not gonna lie, all week throughout practice, film study, I caught myself zoning out, not locked in on my assignments, coaches and teammates having to correct me, and I'm usually the one doing that. So when it comes to my preparation for this game against Maryland this week, let's just say I was completely off my game, not locked in, not focused, and that's just not like me. And when I tell you I'm coming into this game completely unprepared for what I'm dealing with today, this receiving core is absolutely nasty. And by no means do I go into any game underestimating any team, any assignment that I may have on a week-to-week basis, but when I tell you right now, this team, Maryland, is tearing the top off of our defense on my side. It's embarrassing. Like if my mind was right now, I would have noticed this is one of their slowest receivers over here on my side of the field right now. I'm just preparing for the speedy guy. I'm so far back like I'm trying to prevent a Hail Mary. And while offense is taking care of business, putting points on the board, I think myself, I've given up maybe 3 touchdowns on the day alone. And speaking of our offense, they go and recapture the lead, putting us up 4 points, but who gives up the touchdown that ultimately decides this game and gives us the loss? Me. Dead center in my zone, I give it up, he walks in untouched. Looking to shake back right here this week against Iowa, trying to put another dub in the win column, starting this one off with a pick on the other side of the field. My guys going in motion, the stadium is jam-packed, going crazy, but how about a way to put everyone on mute with the generational run, breaking 1,000,001 tackles, almost taking this one home. 2 yards out from the end zone, I'm pretty sure we're not going to stop them here, and I'm exactly right. Their QB1 is going to take off and walk into the end zone. And things are happening so fast, I couldn't tell you how they put themselves right back in the same situation with the same outcome, a touchdown. At this point, they're just continuing to rack up score after score. We got them boys pinned back into their own territory this time around, looking for a different outcome. And at this point in the game, it's starting to shape up exactly like it was against Oregon, but this time around, we're at home and it's against Iowa of all teams. And while they're not just sorry or terrible or just a bad team, they're just not as good. They don't have the firepower and they're not known to have a souped up offense, but today they're looking like some all-stars. But when I tell you, this is probably the least amount of action I've seen all year. Then on top of that, they're just absolutely tearing the other side of the field up. But when it comes down to me personally, I mean, I'm doing everything I can, coming downhill, laying big hits, playing decent in coverage. Like, I've made my mistakes, but I'm pretty solid out here. They've already blown us out the water, but to put the icing on the cake, how about a 50-yard boot from their kicker? Just completely disrespectful. After this game here today, we'll have 4 games left, and for this season to be deemed a success, we need to win out. I mean, we started out balling this season, and everything just took a turn for the worse. Now we're just bottom tier. After the big play, they go with the hurry up, and their quarterback delivering a dime into the end zone to take a 1-score lead here early in the first quarter. Offense went and put 3 on the board. We love that, but Illinois marching their way right back down into the red zone, and their QB1 walks in. And it's crazy. To start the season, my secondary and my defense overall, we were electric, but now we've been just giving up yards willy-nilly, big play after big play. And even though I haven't been the best in coverage all season, I've been trying to do my best, especially towards this back end, to just hold it down. But the guys do come through in the clutches. They're about to march in and pick up yet another touchdown here in the red zone, scooping up the fumble. And y'all know me, wide side, short side. I'm lined up tight when it comes to that cover 3 zone, getting into position, catching this ball late with my fingertips, no gloves on today because of the rain. I'm doing my thing still. Anytime I got cover 2 and I got trips on my side of the field, it raises my antennas, and rightfully so. They go with the quick screen. It does work out in success, but a holding call will bring this one back. And at this point, we're in the third quarter. This game is completely out of reach, down 17 as we head into the fourth. They pick up the first down here, and they go with the touch pass coming to my side. I had a chance to make this tackle, but like I said, I'm not the greatest when it comes to wrapping up. He walks in and gets into the end zone. Now up 24 points in the fourth quarter to put the game to bed on third down. Once again, another failed tackle opportunity on my part. Tried to slow him down, at least another tutty on the board. The only thing I've heard about the young talented freshman Jeremiah Smith is that he's an absolute dog, but trying to throw the ball my way, you're crazy. Coming down with a pick here on the first defensive possession of the game. And even though we've been a shell of ourselves over these last couple of weeks, another pick from one of my dogs on the back end. I'm down here in man, and he's over the top making it happen. And even though a bunch of the big names from Ohio State have transferred out from the wide receiver position, they have a bunch of talent stacked on that roster ready to go year in and year out. And looking for this ball to come across the middle to my guy, they completely fool me, going with the pitch to the outside. I'm the only line of defense. He gets in, but I make sure he pays the price with a body slam. Here in cover 2, I got a guy coming up the field trying to cut that off. Then I got another receiver lined up inside side that is coming directly into my zone, and then you got another receiver from the other side picking up the first down. And at this point, I'm just trying to prevent the big play. Even though I played pretty solid all throughout this game, Jeremiah is going to sit down here on a deep curl, making this catch. I get the hit, but man, that could have been a pick if I played it right. And I'm still learning how to play this cover 2 zone to perfection, getting back a bit, cutting off the route in that dead zone, but also coming downhill in time to make sure I don't let anything fly where I'm supposed to be. But one thing about it, and one thing for sure, we don't put no points up and apply no pressure, Ohio State's offense will do that just themselves. They pick up another touchdown, going up 21-3 here in the first half. Got some man coverage lined about 6 to 8 yards off inside, trying to make sure I lock this boy down. Jeremiah runs a quick curl. I think I'm all over it, completely misjudging this ball, giving up the huge play. And just when I thought the day couldn't get any worse, here in the third quarter, getting completely embarrassed by the savvy sophomore himself. Jay Smith, I caught a pick earlier this game, but now dude is going absolute crazy, catching a bomb over the top. Another embarrassing loss at home. Offense couldn't make nothing shake if we paid them, and 35 of those points Ohio State hung up on us all came in the first half. Washington is nowhere near the team they were just a year or two ago, but best believe these boys still got talent and they still coming out here to ball. And at this point, I've lost all hope for our team, our defense, the season, all of the above. Their running back takes his handoff in the end zone, and he rides this one down the field 2-3 yards for a touchdown. At this point, I have nothing left to say. I'm speechless on how bad we've been playing, but here got my guy coming across the middle. I'm playing some off man, but I do smack him after picking up the first down. He paid for it for sure. And then I find it flat out disrespectful to bring the ball to my side of the field, execute the play, and pick up the touchdown. Damn. And then they come right back shortly after, right back in the red zone within 10 yards, punching another one in, taking a 2-score lead. And marching their way right back down again within our territory. Their running back's going to take this handoff. I get the nice strip from behind, but his teammate with great eyes and hands scoops it up. And I ain't gonna lie, my tackling throughout my entire career has been absolute terrible, but when I get a full head of steam and an opportunity, I always clap anybody within my sights, especially when we losing as bad as this. And at this point, getting blown out for what, the third, fourth week in a row, bro, I'm just used to it. It's almost like we're just a loser program. Kind of the thoughts I had when I committed to this school after the fact. Hey, at least the season started off high. We were balling, top ranked, had a winning record, catching picks, secondary, offense, everybody was just making something happen. But what our team slowly but surely dwindled and deteriorated into is absolutely pitiful and pathetic. We get blown out here against Washington. I done lost count at this point, but I think we're on a 6 or a 7 game losing streak. At this point in time, I have maybe 3 less interceptions that I had around this same time of the year just last season as a freshman, here as a sophomore. And while I want to sit here and say my play as a corner hasn't slipped, getting beat on plays like this early in games against Minnesota speaks volumes. I'm absolutely terrible. I've completely crashed, and I'm not calling it an excuse by no stretch of the imagination, but I've been so checked out on this season, bro. I don't even know what to say at this point. I just kind of gave up a long time ago. But at some point in your life, you're ever part of a team that completely falls apart and dismantles the way mine did, you check out mentally too. And then you add on the fact the lack of support that I had coming from the home team, which is my family, dog. That just added more salt to the wound, and it didn't help whatsoever. So my family pretty much down talked me throughout the entire process, didn't support me whatsoever. Okay, cool, but for the guys to completely just, I don't even know how things even got to this point. We just started playing bad football. And now here in the final game of the season, pretty much about to take another L, as they already had the lead, but here in the fourth quarter, walking into the end zone with a monster run for a touchdown. Taking a look at my stat line for the season, obviously, I'm still one of the best corners in the country, besides the games where I got absolutely torched, but 9 interceptions, that number dropped, and I'm going to get that back up going into next season, trust me. And I think at some point we were ranked top 5 in the country, but we finished this season at the bottom of the Big Ten. Hitting the portal after this season goes without question, but where I'll land for my junior season, that's where I'm going to stay, and that's where I'm going to choose to cement my legacy as a cornerback. Where should I go?